Hello, viewers, and welcome to this edition of Global Vibes, the show that feels the pulse of the global community in Thunder Bay. Today, we shine the spotlight on three women leaders who enrich our community with their passion and commitment and bringing a positive change. Please join me in welcoming the presidents of three Rotary Clubs in Thunder Bay. Joining me here is Shelley Crawford, president of the Port Arthur Rotary Club. Did I get that right?
You did. Thank you, Roopa, very much.
So very, very happy to have you here with us, Shelley. Before we learn more about what Rotary Club is all about, please tell me about your association, Shelley. How did you get involved with Rotary? What was the driving force? What was that motivation? What took you to Rotary?
Well, about 5 years ago, I moved back to Thunder Bay, like many people do, and it's my home now for good. And I spent about 8 months just settling in, and then I thought I really need to reconnect. I need to, well, maybe find some old friends, but also build some new relationships. And so I ended up meeting a chap who was a 20-some-odd-year member of Rotary. And of course, David, who is now my husband, he introduced me to the club. I attended some meetings, and it was all on Zoom at that time. It was during COVID.
Oh, during the COVID time.
So
okay.
I knew everyone as a little boxed face, right? But nevertheless, it really inspired me. It was a way to find a wonderful opportunity to connect with people who wanted to do something in their community, to do good, if you like, and to provide some kind of a service to support those in need. And that seemed to me a very good way to connect with a community. And so I became a full-fledged member, and that was the beginning.
Right, and continues.
It continues. I was invited. The term for a Rotary president is a one-year term, but you have 2 years of training. So I was invited a couple of years back to consider the position of president for this 23-24 year. And given that I had 2 years to prepare, I said, okay. And I really found, Roopa, that there were some most interesting opportunities to really put a stamp on some things that were meaningful in some ways to me and to Rotary. And so that was an opportunity to grow, to grow the club, to grow my own interest, to use my own skills.
And to contribute to the club.
Absolutely.
Right.
And my background in the past was in arts administration, education. So I was a professor. And I taught people in fundraising and marketing and public relations, board development, volunteer management.
Oh my God, it's right fit.
Rotary needs a lot of those skills. And
Absolutely.
I thought I don't have to just be a retired person and sit at home and sew, which I don't. I can actually put my skills back to work.
So is good too.
I did.
So tell me a little bit about Rotary Club itself, some historical context of the Rotary Clubs in Thunder Bay. What exactly does Rotary Club do?
Well, I'm going to start right at the beginning because we're starting our 100th anniversary for our club this year.
Port Arthur.
But Rotary itself in the world started in Chicago in 1905. In 1918, here in Thunder Bay, there was, I think it was kind of nicknamed the Twin Cities Club, and it was Fort William and Port Arthur. And then in 1924, both clubs were large, and at that time, they were kind of like a men's professional business club. That's what Rotary started out as. Who did good service in the community, don't get me wrong. That was always the goal. But each club had could only have one person from each profession back in those days.
What? Okay.
Yeah, so that was just the rule, right? And so it was determined by certainly part of the membership there in that one club. We could have 2 people from every profession if we split.
Like 2
Fort
teachers
William
or 2
and exactly.
Okay,
Fort William and Port Arthur. So there was the Fort William Club and there was the Port Arthur Club. And indeed, we started in April of 1924 with Port Arthur Rotary, and it's had a series of wonderful presidents over those years. It's done many wonderful things. So I guess there are a number of things that are really important about Rotary, and this is where I think it's important for people to understand there's some basic principles, and it is that it's service above self. So you give back and you keep on giving. and you look in your community to find out where those needs are. You look internationally to see where those needs are. And in your club, you find ways and means to support global things and local things. And they might be about mothers and children, or they might be about water in a far-off community who can't have, access to clean water. It may be, and currently, about the environment. Very, very big focus on the environment now. So Rotary has a number of things, as I say, locally and globally, that keep each club. And my goodness, I have to look at my notes because I have to tell you about the scope of Rotary. It's huge. Has 1.4 million members globally. 46,000 clubs, and over 47 million volunteer hours each year. So this is a huge organization. We in our community are part of a district. Our district is 5580, and there are 5 clubs in Canada, and the rest of them are in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and North Dakota. So we're kind of a bit of an anomaly. And there are 66 clubs in our district. So we have 3 clubs that you're going to talk to today, Port Arthur, Fort William, and Lakehead. There's a young group called Rotaract, and they're kind of university, college-aged young people, and they have a club. And there's a Nipissing club.
And where is this club located, the Rotaract?
Well, it's really based out of LU, but anyone who is in 18 to 30 years of age could join that club.
Okay.
Yeah. And they do their own projects.
They do their own. Yep. So each Rotary club each Rotary club have their own vision, mission, and individualized operational activities?
They do. They make their choices about what it is they'd like to support in their own community or globally. And I think each president somehow might take on a bit of a leadership role in that regard, but there's a board, there's a membership, and people buy into, and there's allocations. So you have particular things in our club. We're very close to the Dewdrop Inn and the Salvation Army, and all 3 clubs are involved with the Wilderness Discovery Center in Shabandawan, which is serving, people who are mobility challenged, and it's a wonderful, wonderful place.
So you design your programs, though it's a global organization, you design your programs based on local challenges and issues. But
And we keep our ear to the ground. In our club, we do count on our individual members, of course, but we also have what we call community members. And so we're fortunate to have Lakehead University, the college, the Thunder Bay Community Foundation, the United Way, and Dougal Media, for instance, and they know what's going on in this community. They know where the need is.
Yes.
So we listen, we collaborate, we sometimes have partnerships. It's all good.
Oh, fantastic. So when you are planning these activities, you sometimes do keep in mind the special groups or sectors, or it's again like listening from what the community needs.
Exactly. And as I say, I'm pretty sure all the clubs have got 2 or 3 particular things that they're noted for, that they continually support. But every year there's an allocations process, and you there may be new things that come up in your community, new needs, and you have to be prepared to listen and support where the support is needed. So we have the autonomy to do that, absolutely, in our clubs.
You do have that.
Yeah, we have our own fundraising. So we fundraise in the community, and then we allocate those funds to the organizations that need it.
Wonderful, wonderful, Shelley. And it's really inspiring. I mean, you just said a few things. I know it's just a few activities that you mentioned and the organizations you mentioned. I'm sure there is so much more that you do. But thank you so much for what you're doing, Shelley.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
And we will be right back with the next segment in this edition of meeting the presidents of the Rotary Club. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Global Vibes, and today we are meeting the presidents of the Rotary Clubs in Thunder Bay. Joining me now is Irene Sotil. Did I get that right?
Perfect.
It's a very unique surname, so I wanted to get it right for you.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
So, Irene, what drew you to be a Rotarian? And you are the president of the Fort William Rotary Club.
Yes, Fort William. Yes. Actually, I'm really lucky in that this is my second term as president. I've been president for 2 times with the Fort William Rotary in 2012 and now this year. And it's more of a leadership role, and you also there to listen to your members and to see what they think that we should do in the future, where their needs are. It's the thing that is wonderful about Rotary is that you have that leadership opportunity, and also the networking, which is very good for young professionals.
Absolutely. And Shelley was mentioning about thinking globally, acting locally. What does diversity and multiculturalism mean to Rotary? And because our community, Thunder Bay community, is evolving, growing. Yeah? We have people from all over the world now coming as students, professionals. How is Rotary approaching and being inclusive?
Oh, it's a very important mandate of Rotary. Diversity, equality, and inclusion. And we are encouraging our membership to be as diverse as possible. People from all over the world are welcome. Even when you travel, you can visit different Rotary clubs all over the world. And it's just such a wonderful feeling because everyone is very friendly. This year in particular, Shelley Crawford, president for Port Arthur Rotary, has initiated a wonderful opportunity for Rotary to connect with the International Tapestry of Women organization and the Sisters of Canadian Black Women.
Black women,
right.
Yes.
And we had our first event together, which was super great food.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's a beginning to learn what the cultures are all about, to get a friendship going, to listen, to be there for new people. It's a very, very important part of Rotary and all clubs.
I was part of that program, bringing all the three organizations together. I was very privileged. And it's all about friendships across borders. It's all about embracing, one another, listening, and respecting.
Exactly.
That's all we need.
That's right.
Irene, please tell us a little bit about some of your activities, some notable activities that you've initiated or have or is being implemented or executed.
Yes, actually, each Rotary Club is very individual. And they have perhaps over the years their very own specific projects that they've been doing, and they also do their own thing. Particularly my club is very involved with the Rotary House Lottery.
House Lottery, okay.
Yes. For 37 years now, our community has supported the House Lottery and enabled our club to donate to different charities and organizations in Thunder Bay.
Okay.
For example, 22 charities received donations from our club just this year.
In 2023?
Yes, that's right. And of course, the biggies are the hospital, St. Joseph's Hospital and the George Jeffreys. But also our particular club, we have different committees. And anyone who joins our club can join something youth, with youth, for example, the Air Cadet Squadron, or Lakehead Festival of Music and the Arts, and that's a wonderful program. And so we also have a Rotary Youth Leadership Camp that we offer to the students in high school.
Oh, high school students.
And they apply, and we actually pay for all of their costs, and they go to a leadership camp for a week, and then they come back to the club and report. And they are so enthusiastic.
Wonderful.
They have a great time. They meet a lot of different kids from, well, in the States mainly, because we're that dual sort of relationship. And at any rate, so that's one of the things that we do. We have a satellite club in our...
Satellite club?
Yes, okay. And it's just a little off-site club of young professionals. And it started because they did not want to have committees. They don't want to have structure.
Okay.
They want to go in and do a quick hands-on project in and out
Okay.
and be done. And the one amazing thing that they've done over the years is helped with microloans, which are just small little loans. For example, a $25 loan to a lady in Africa to buy a sewing machine
Oh my God, how interesting. Yeah.
and start her own business. And would you believe that every single one of these loans have been repaid?
They have been repaid.
Yes. Now that really goes to show you just how important and how much, these loans are needed.
These are such grassroots level work that you're doing. Wonderful. Yes.
I wanted to mention both
Yes.
things we do together.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Our Peace Day.
Collective strength.
Our Peace Day is something we all do, and it's an annual event in September on the UN International Day of Peace, and we have a ceremony, and we have actually, the 3 clubs have planted a peace pole at the marina.
Okay.
Yes, and it's inscribed with "May peace prevail on earth" in English,
Yes.
French, and Ojibwe.
Wow.
We consider those sort of the
Very nice.
3 languages of Thunder Bay, and it's a wonderful event. And the other thing we all do, I'm sure all the kids know about this, is that's the
Tell me.
Rotary Christmas Parade,
Oh,
Santa Claus
yes.
Parade.
So Rotary is involved with that as well. Okay.
Yes, for many, many years we've been doing that.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you involved with that? Organizing the entire parade?
Absolutely, organizing it all right from the beginning. The different floats are registered. We assimilate all of the floats at a starting point,
Right.
and we make sure all the streets are
Oh my
barricaded.
God, that's a very, very happening event. Yes.
And all the floats end up at the community auditorium.
Auditorium, yeah.
And the auditorium has allowed us to use their entrance for hot chocolate and popcorn. and Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus come.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay,
it's
yeah.
really cute. Yeah.
That is so
Yeah,
very
yeah,
nice. Yeah,
yeah.
you bring the community together.
Yes, for sure.
So I can already see there's so much impact of your programs. Right?
Yes, there's a lot, and even individually, the meetings themselves are so much fun. You become friends with all of the members. We have interesting speakers.
Okay.
We do fun things. We tour different organizations, and
Nice.
it just really makes something important for your week to look forward to.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You told us about the way you got involved. How did the leadership role come? I mean, this is your second term, you said.
Yes. Well, you have to be involved.
Well, okay, very involved.
When you join Rotary, you make it what you want. And if it's very much, a priority in your life, you will spend the time. You will attend the committee meetings, you'll volunteer your time, cook at the shelter house once a week,
Okay.
once a month, go to the regional food distribution and pack
Right.
boxes once
So
a month.
this is done by the members as
That's
well.
right.
as
That's
well.
all the members.
Everybody comes together.
That's
to
right.
help
We
out.
come together to do these type of
Oh,
things.
fantastic, Aaron,
Yes, yeah.
fantastic. And great contributions to the community.
I think so.
Be proud. We feel proud about what you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of.
Do you ever pat yourself at the back?
Yeah.
Do you pat yourself at the back?
No.
It's all about giving, yeah? It's all about giving.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Irene. It was wonderful talking to
Thank
you and
you,
learning
Roopa.
so much more about the Rotary Club and the activities, and especially the Christmas parade. I look forward to the next 2024 one. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Stay tuned, viewers. We're going to meet another president of the Rotary Club, the third president of the Rotary Club in Thunder Bay. Stay tuned. Hello, viewers, and welcome back. You're watching Global Vibes, and today we are meeting the presidents of the Rotary Club, and I have with me Sharon Hollandsworth, who is the president of the Lakehead Rotary Club.
Yes, that's correct.
So, what drew you to be a Rotarian?
Well, I have a similar journey to my colleague Shelley. I lived out of Thunder Bay for almost 10 years. I was in the Middle East for 9 years of that. And I really missed volunteering and contributing to a community. It was a big part of my life before I left, and I needed that back. So when I returned to Thunder Bay, a fellow Rotarian who's been a longtime friend, she said, come on, join. And this was in the middle of COVID.
Right.
So my first year of COVID was the little square box, and that's how I did my interview. And I didn't get to meet my fellow Rotarians face to face for almost a year after I joined.
Okay. Yes, of course. Yeah.
So it was a great opportunity for me to give back and fulfill that sort of urge inside of me to give back to my community.
So this is, the Rotary Club itself is all about membership.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So the members, I think membership is available for anyone.
Right.
There was a point in time many years ago, and I know, so up until the 1980s, women were not allowed to be members. And ironically, right now, all the presidents of the clubs in Thunder Bay are all women.
How proud!
So
it's such a pride.
It's a wonderful moment. You know, women contributed, they volunteered, and they did a lot of things, but they couldn't officially be members.
Really?
And ironically, 2 years ago, the first woman president of Rotary International was Jennifer Jones, a Canadian from Southern Ontario. And this coming up, is Stephanie Yurshik, and she will be our president for that year.
So this is the global.
Yes, this is the global
Club.
president. Yes, correct.
So global and local, we have women presidents. Really, really remarkable. Tell us a little bit about your activities, if especially from Lakehead point of view.
So Lakehead Rotary is the smaller club of the three in Thunder Bay. And we have, first of all, since the inception of the Terry Fox Run, it has been led and coordinated by the Lakehead Rotary Club.
Okay.
So that's over 40 years. And we're very proud of that. Of course, the Terry Fox Monument being here in Thunder Bay, it's very meaningful to people in this area. So we host that every year. We host an artisan craft show in December, which is very nice. So it brings together a lot of very talented local people and an opportunity for local people to see the work that they're doing. We do a lot of work with the RFDA and the shelter house. And of course, we just volunteer wherever we can provide service. As was mentioned, service before self. So wherever we have an opportunity to do that, we're always willing to stand up and participate.
So locally, you're also doing work together.
Yes, I think there's been a bit of a shift this year. The three clubs have probably done more collaboratively in this year than maybe historically, and that's been great because we all bring different strengths. But one thing we're very, very proud of this year is a lecture series called Talking About the Tough Stuff. And our president has an initiative this year of mental health and environment. And our first talk was with Chief Fleury. It was excellent, hosted at Confederation College. And our next talk is March the 7th. And the theme that evening will be on racism in our community.
Oh my God.
So anyone is invited to attend. This is not just for Rotarians. And so we really look forward to sharing that. And it really is talking about some of the tough conversations that are going on. And we see that through these conversations, we as Rotarians have an opportunity to participate and support the initiatives that people are doing to fix some of these things.
We definitely need more platforms to discuss these much needed topics and areas of work and focus. So you were mentioning about membership, going back to the same topic. Can I join the Rotary Club?
Anyone.
Is it a very elite club?
Please do. Rotary is open to anyone.
No, there is a impression?
Yes, there is definitely, and not unlike a lot of other service clubs. They mostly originated as men's clubs. And so, or a certain career type, business people. Our clubs are open to anyone. Women, men, any culture, any business. We welcome anyone that is really interested in giving service before self and supporting their community. There are many, many opportunities, not only for our own Thunder Bay, but worldwide. For instance, we support Shelter Box. So whenever there's a disaster anywhere in the world, be it the Ukraine or in Gaza, we support the Shelter Box program and try and help out these struggling people across our world. And so the best way to get involved with Rotary is to ask. Anybody, any Rotarian will gladly talk to you about what Rotary is about and how you can contribute. We welcome people to come to our meetings as guests. And if you need to find out anything more about it, go on any one of our websites or go on any of our Facebook pages, connect with somebody there, and someone will gladly get back to you. But we would welcome anyone that is really interested in giving back to their community and to their world.
So is all this information available in your website? How does one get
there
more
on our website is information about the programs and the memberships and the boards. On our Facebook pages, you'll see presentations of all our social activities and things that we've been doing and supporting in the communities. So we try and really promote all of the activity of our members and of different people that have helped us out.
And so when you're planning your programs, when you're actively working with the community organizations, like you mentioned RFDA and other grassroots organizations, how do you plan these activities keeping in mind the local organizations?
Well, one way we find out is we have guest speakers that come to our meetings.
Okay.
And quite often when someone comes as a guest, we find out about what it is they're doing in the community and what supports they need to continue to do the good works that they're doing. And that's one way we find out about it. We work with them, and sometimes we're able to support them, and maybe not right away, but we might in the future. But at least we have awareness. And I think that's how any program starts, is awareness. So as soon as we hear about it, we talk about it, we see what we can do, and we would welcome anyone that is in need to certainly reach out to us, and we'll support you as best we possibly can.
The lecture series, that's a very interesting project or activity. This is an annual event.
This is the first year of it.
Okay.
Yes. So we've only just started it. We're hoping to have 4 lectures in the series and talking about some of those really tough conversations. So
you said you were in Middle East for some time.
Yes, I was in Qatar for 9 years.
For 9 years. Volunteerism doesn't come very naturally for many countries, not like it is in Canada.
That's correct. There were very few opportunities to volunteer. The country that I was in was very wealthy and very fortunate, and so they were able to support their community. So there wasn't a lot of opportunities, not like we have here.
Yeah, I mean, I learned about volunteerism here in Thunder Bay, in Canada.
Right.
And it's so nice to just give your time, your resources, your skills, your expertise to anything that's close to your heart.
Yes, and being fortunate enough to have been in those parts of the world, I've seen where some of the need is and how some people are living in some countries. And I know I've seen it from my own eyes. So it warms me to be able to support anything that will help them out.
So Sharon, wrapping up, any message for potentially someone who's interested to be part of the Rotary Club?
Please ask. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are more than willing to talk to you about Rotary and how you can help your community and our world, and service before self.
And the website?
The website will help you out, and certainly Facebook. You'll see some of the activities we do. You'll want to be a part of it, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I wish we had more than 9 minutes. We needed 90 minutes maybe.
Correct.
But thank you so much, Sharon. In a nutshell, you gave us an insight and understanding of what Rotary does, all of you, all the 3 presidents of the Rotary Clubs in Thunder Bay. That's Port Arthur, Lakehead, and Fort William. So thank you so much, and keep doing all this beautiful work, the wonderful work, and inspire us to also do such great work if possible. Thank you, viewers, for watching this episode of Global Wives. Stay tuned till we meet again. Stay well. Take care of yourselves.